Hello, Leos, and welcome back. I am your host, Lord Scorpio. Thank you all for being faithful listeners and subscribers. I had to take a vacation to handle some unfinished business. And to be honest, I had made several attempts to deliver readings for all 12 zodiac signs, but every time I attempted to try and deliver the reading, I kept feeling the energies pulling me back. Basically insinuating to allow you all to act and do all the things that you like so that we all can be judged accordingly. God was asking for me not to intervene, but to allow people to make their own decisions so that He can judge those accordingly. So please take heed to the word of advice that whatever has happened, and we can all move forward with our decisions. So without further delay, let's go ahead and do a 2017 recap. Okay, that will be a general reading, and then we'll go into the 2018. Thank you. So let's do your love reading. I've already pre-shuffled the deck, but what I will do is shuffle again to feel the energies for you in particular, Leo. So Leos, all universal Leos. So we have release your ex. Okay. Dear God, for all universal Leos. Okay, so this is coming out. Worth waiting for. Okay. Wow. Okay. And then we have children. Okay. So let's have a look at this, Leo. See what's going on. Okay. So it looks like it's either one or two things, Leo. You've released your ex, and it's probably a little agonizing for you. I think some of you released your ex during 2017, and you miss them dearly. You know, you've accepted what has happened in the relationship, whoever played what part, and you just moved on. But it's been a little hard to forget about them in a sense, because this could have been a person that you ultimately wanted to have children with. If that's not the case, some of you were in a relationship and there were some issues with family, and you released that person because their issues were becoming your issues, and you were trying to deal with what you were given, but it just seems like it was too much for you. It became insurmountable. And some of you had to release that person so they can get their family life together because you felt that it was intervening in your love relationship. So I think some of you have had to draw the line, create some boundaries with that. And maybe with your own family, Leos, maybe you had family issues and you maybe separated, and even though you tried to move on, the children's mother or father was still trying to be prevalent in your life, and you had to draw the boundaries so that you can gain some sense of privacy. Okay, let's look into this. What happened in 2017 for Leos? Okay. Okay. So, let's see. It looks like some of you were maybe the center of attention, okay, and in someone's love life, and you guys made a run for it, okay? Here's the Seven of Swords. Some of you made a run for it because it's like, look, I know you love me, but this relationship is not, it wasn't living up to Leo's expectations, okay? And so Leo decided to redirect this relationship. Either you, Leo, or your partner. And it looked like someone tried to maneuver and manipulate the situation and make it work out for their best. But honestly, what you were giving your partner or what your partner was giving you was not standing up to the test of time, because here's the Empress. So it seems like an equally yoked relationship. You have the Emperor and you have the Empress. So it looks like an equally yoked relationship became, I'm sorry, I don't know why that's moving, became it seemed like it became a struggle. Like one person was trying to gain power, the other was trying to gain power. Or there was just so many problems that, somebody was trying to juggle it, kind of maneuver it to make it work for their best, but it just wasn't working. And maybe the male Leo, or the male in this relationship, I don't know if it's a male Leo or if it's not, but the male in this relationship possibly manipulated his empress, his queen. And I don't think she was going for it, to be honest. Can you tell me what happened? Because it looks like whatever this male done, he looked like he had to make a run for it. Okay? Because something wasn't right about this relationship. Either he made a run after he made his mistakes, or he ran because he tried to make it work. This relationship was, okay, something's coming up. So we have the High Priestess. Okay. We have the Devil. Okay. And then we have the Four of Wands. So what this means to me is that someone knew intuitively something was going on in this relationship. Whatever someone was thinking in their subconscious, is kind of like a little voice was nagging at them that something evil, something treacherous, something about cheating, infidelity, some demonic behavior, some type of dark spirit was orchestrating itself behind the scenes and making itself seem as, it's a blessing in a disguise, or like everything is all good, but it really wasn't. There was something going on behind the scenes, and this little voice was nagging. This angel was whispering in the ears of the innocent and telling them, something isn't right about this relationship and you should probably go. Okay, so some of you knew that towards 2017, you were going to have to put this relationship on the back burner, and it looked like you did. Some of you probably stayed longer than you had hoped for because of children. But, you probably waited this relationship out as long as you could because you guys have children. But at the end of the day, you knew you ultimately had to release them. So let's move on to your angel's advice. Dear angels, so this came up. Blessing in a disguise, okay? So it seems like whatever happened had to happen so that you can release yourself, Leos. Can you tell me more about Leo's ending of 2017 and what it all really meant? So energy work, okay? Can you please give a final word of advice for Leos 2017? And it says daydream, okay? So let's have a look at this. Okay. So, so we have blessing in a disguise, energy work, and daydream. Okay, so it looks like some of you could have been a little delusional last year about how you were playing your role in someone else's life, how you were playing a role in your own life. You know, there was something I think about some illusions, trying to come off as two people. Okay, the one who you really are and the one that you're not. And that's why this blessing in a disguise is coming here, because you could possibly, you or your lover could have been in a disguise. Maybe some of you were trying really hard to bless your lover's life. I know some of you may see a little yellow in my thumbnail. I had curry tonight, curry chicken, so please forgive me. If my nail may seem a little dirty, I've washed my hands twice, but I can't get the curry powder out of my nails, okay? So please excuse me. So that's why you may see the yellow from the curry, because it's bleached my nail. But anyways, back to the reading. I'm just noticing this as I'm recording. But anyway, okay. So, some of you have probably tried to be a blessing in your family's life and stay in a relationship that wasn't working for the sake of the children. You were trying to be a blessing to your children, but for whatever reason, it seems like the situation or the opportunity came back to haunt you, okay? And there's something about the energy work, maybe working too hard to keep up with this and realizing that you can no longer follow through with a plan that you had wished to follow through with. And for whatever energy work, maybe there was some manipulation mixed in with the blessing and it ruined it because someone, it's something about dreaming, daydreaming, energy work, and blessing in a disguise. So it feels like there was a lot of wishful thinking. The angels are probably saying there was a lot of wishful thinking for 2017. Maybe too much dreaming, not enough energy work, and you could have been a blessing to someone. So it looks like there was a lot of mixed energies going on, and Leos were probably having a hard time discerning and figuring out their role. And they made a decision, and it seemed like that wasn't enough, so they had to switch it up. You know, it just seems like Leos was trying to do some nimble footwork to try to figure out where do they actually belong. You know, what do they need to do to keep the blessings, to be a blessing, you know, to self-regulate. And I think maybe a lot of Leos are at the end of the year, we're looking back like, you know, they've done so much, and yet things just didn't seem to fall into place. So, or some of you guys were only able to look out for yourself, and some people might have looked at you like you were the villain. But that could have been the price you had been willing to pay in order to get to where you are, because at the end of the day, you could still be dreaming like you're on cloud nine. So a lot of people may not be where you had hoped them to be with you during 2018, because you probably had to leave some people behind. But you do know that you played your part. And the situation is a blessing in a disguise, because you probably can't take everybody with you. So 2017, this is what the angels are suggesting. So let's do a 2000. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's do a 2017 year ending overview. Okay. Right when I got ready to shuffle, these came out. So I'm going to put these at the top of your deck for crowning your reading. Okay. So, and we have the Three of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So it looks like some of you are thinking about family or friends, and maybe some of you spent a lot of time with family and friends, and you feel really blessed to have that opportunity to be with amongst the people that you truly loved. And but yet there's still a lot of things that you're thinking about. Maybe some of you are thinking about maybe some of you could be still trying to find where you belong in amongst your family and friends. Some of you might even be feeling a little left out on the outside looking in. And you might want to make some type of gesture of contacting friends and family, but you just don't know how. Let's find out. 2017 ending of the year overview. Can you tell me what this is for all universal Leos? All universal Leos. Okay, so this is coming up. The King of Cups. Okay. I'll tell you what it means in a second. Oh. Okay, so it looks like some of you were thinking about probably suitors that you might have had to leave behind during 2017. And it looks like someone in particular had your heart, but it looks like he broke your heart. He took your love for granted, the energy that you were giving him, you know, the power that you've lended him. You know, he took it and broke it. So some of you were looking at your past relationship endeavors and trying to figure out why didn't they work out. And a lot of you are probably were doing some calling and trying to finalize some things, going out to meet with people. You had options. And it looks like at the end of the day, they were still disappointing. So maybe you found out about this man's option, the King of Cups. And you found out he was creeping at night. He had options. Maybe that's maybe not your options, but maybe you're coming up as the Princess of Swords because you found out about his options and where he was going. And ultimately, it broke your heart. Okay, it made you feel everything you worked for was in vain. Yeah, this feeling of walking on cloud nine, it seems like it has come to an end. Maybe some of you had hoped to have a family life, move in together. It seems like the justice has come to pay you all a visit to let you know the scales are not balanced. This person is not fit for the bill. This person is not fit to be the king that you ultimately are seeking. This person is not going to be the family man that you need. And it says your fortune has run out in this relationship. And it's kind of like you have to respect karma because karma has come back to pay this relationship a visit because it wasn't found on a stable ground. So you kind of have to respect that you found out what you needed to find out so that you can change your fate and actually walk away from a damaging relationship that would have later caused more problems for you than you have wished for. And just understand that even though, this karma had come back for this person and it ended up hurting you because you're involved, take this as a blessing that the wheel of fortune has changed. Just so you can release yourself and find someone that is more suitable. Okay, so this is what your 2017 overview is, and let's go ahead and move on to 2018. Happy New Year, Leos. Okay. Or it could be some of you are just finding out some really devastating information about family. That could just be what it is when you've gathered around family and friends, you know, at the end of the year, beginning of the year, you kind of wish them a happy new year. And some of you have probably called family and friends and found out some new information that was probably sad to hear. Okay, so maybe you're feeling some grief from friends or family that are going through some hard changes at this time. You're probably feeling the weight from others' traumas. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your 2018 love life, Leo. Why is that? Okay, give me a second. Cards are a little flipped. Okay, so, wow. Cards are talking already. This says pay attention to the red flags, Leo. Can you please tell Leo what their 2018 love life is going to look like at the beginning of the year? What does it all really mean? Wedding. Can you please give an ending message for all universal Leos for 2018? And children. Children are coming back up again. Okay, so some of you have unresolved issues with children in the family. Some of you, we're going to look at this because they came up last year and it looks like there was some issues surrounding that. But we're going to look at it. We're going to look at it now to see what's really going on. So we have pay attention to the red flags, wedding, and children. So some of you want to go to the altar with someone, or you consider this person very significant. So if you're not going to the altar, you guys are most likely thinking about long-term commitment, some long-term partnership. Okay, you just really idolize your lover. Okay, and some of you want to have children with him. Some of you might already have children with him. And you just say, hey, babe, I want to settle down with you. I know we have children. I know we're not married, but I don't see anyone but you. Okay, so there could be conversations of, just deep, intimate feelings toward your lover. Words of expression and honor, okay? And it says, pay attention to the red flag. So again, some of you could be delusional about who your partner is, okay? Maybe you guys need to iron out a few things before moving forward. You may think things are all good, but some things are not so good that you could be overlooking that needs to be expressed. You need to assert yourself before moving forward, because if you don't talk about them now and they come back later, you don't want your lover to say, oh, we never talked about that, or I didn't know, or maybe we can work on this. No, you need to work on it now before moving forward, because you don't want to build your hopes up high. Let's go ahead and do an in-depth interpretation. God, can you please tell me what this 2018 means for Leo's love life? What's going on? What's going on with these red flags? So it looks like you guys are, let me move this down so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, good. So it looks like either you or your lover is going out into the world, possibly having sex, okay? We have the Four of Swords. So maybe you guys have had some, maybe you or your lover has asked for some downtime. Oh, babe, I need some time to myself. Well, really, this time they could be taking to spend time with other people, okay? So you got to be careful of that. And the Ace of Wands is coming up because this is some energy that they're applying possibly in other areas, okay? And if you knew about this energy, you would probably be furious. They're having to take ultimate power to give to you, to give to someone else. They need a lot of energy for this to keep up with this. And also here we have the Ace of Pentacles. So it looks like some of you Leos could either be giving your blessings away, or, some of you Leos are probably pregnant. Okay, so some of you are probably pregnant and you probably think this would be a good time to go to the altar, but you already know that there's some issues in your relationship. Okay, I get it now. and you know that your lover has been going out having sex with other people, and somebody's pregnant. So maybe finding out about infidelity and then you're finding out you're pregnant is kind of like, I wanted to leave you and now I'm pregnant. So it's like some of you have an ultimate decision to make, or maybe because of the infidelity, your lover has gotten someone else pregnant, and maybe this wedding will not come to pass because of this child. Let me ask some questions. Is there infidelity pregnancies? So it shows a blessing come in. I really feel like there's a baby on the way for some of you Leos, not all of you, okay? Since there are subject around children, there could be existing children, and then some other Leos could be experiencing new pregnancies at this time, or new birth, okay? And yeah, Trojan is sitting right here next to the blessing. So yeah, and then someone is going to the doctor, and then someone is having some fights. So yeah, somebody is not happy about either this pregnancy, discovery, or the fact that they're pregnant at a time they're trying to break it off with their, they could be, someone could be going through a divorce, and it might end up finding out that they're pregnant, and they're like, God, is this your way of trying to keep me in a relationship with my husband? Yeah, definitely pregnancy. I consider this to be, when I speak about sex, this card, please be 18 or older to continue watching this video at this time. Okay, so this card right here, the Eight of Wands, it usually represents a release of sperm, okay? When I talk about sex and this comes up, this is the release of sperm, okay? So there's definitely pregnancy on the table. Let's see. Should Leo marry this person? I'm just going to ask if you should marry this person in case you are pregnant and you want to know if you should just leave or stay, because some of you don't know what to do. So it shows you have a lot of options. You're very overwhelmed emotionally, okay? Female is overwhelmed in this situation. It shows the justice because a lot of the fighting. So some of you could be a side lover, and you guys have gotten pregnant by possibly a married man, and you have a child, and you're like, should I keep the baby? Or some of you don't care. Some of you want to keep the baby, and you said, hey, that's his problem. So his lover is going to have to find out about the red flags that are coming up in their relationship, and they're going to have to face the facts. So this is what a way to start the year. This is pretty tough. This is pretty tough. It could be someone's married and someone is maybe even providing money for a relationship outside of their marriage or commitment. And this lover could be giving money to a woman that has children to help her and her family. And maybe the wife or the girlfriend is trying to figure out where this extra money is coming from. And it's possibly because your lover has a heart for someone else that has a family and he wants to help them. But again, these are personal issues. So let's go ahead and find out what the angels have to say. Angels for 2018. Wow. Okay. So we have innocence. Okay. I really feel like some of you Leos really want to play a guardian angel, some type of angelic role. Okay. There's something about that you guys are compelled to be a blessing in a disguise. Some of you really want to play God or just bless people. Some of you are in the position to be blessed and just want others to be blessed. So we have let go of your past. Some of you will have to let go of your past lovers or current lovers because maybe some of you are ready to move on. And, it says trustworthy guidance. God is saying, trust your instincts. Trust if some of you are writing in your diary, reread your diary, okay? And just know that the universe is supporting you at this time and backing you up. Believe in what you believe, with no regrets. And it says in order to do that, you're going to have to let go. Some of you are stepping into a new chapter in your life and you're afraid to release your past, release the people and things. And, you guys, this is, God is saying, don't carry any guilt with you. He says, because there is some sorting out that you need to do. And in order to let go and remain innocent, he says, you're going to have to make a decision. If you don't, you're going to turn this innocence into pure guilt. And God says, I don't want you to move forward with guilt. I want you to move forward with confidence, trusting that you are being guided by the universe and you are making the best decisions. So, if some of you have had to go through with an abortion, God is telling you that you were, or abortion or a miscarriage. It looks like some of you could be having a hard time getting over that at this time. And God is saying, trust that you possibly made the best decision for you at this time. It probably wasn't the greatest decision of, it's natural for a woman to carry a child, to get pregnant. These are all natural things. But maybe you were not supposed to be partnered up with a certain person that God didn't want you to be with. And that could be the hardest part of this lesson. And, the woman does have a right to carry forth with life because that is her decision. God gave her the unborn seeds or undeveloped seeds. And if she does not decide to let the seed germinate, then that is her decision. And I feel like if you are unequally yoked with someone, that is going to bring you and your child empty promises and regrets and danger and so forth, and, domestic violence and emotional and verbal hurt. And letting go of everything that is tied into this person could be the only way for you to live your life without having to repeat horrible occurrences and lessons. And in order to do that, some of you may want to clean your slate of anything that reminds you of this possible monster, okay? So let's go ahead and put that up. Let's do a 2018 overview. 2018 overview for all Leos in the universe. 2018 for all universal Leos. Okay. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here, which a beautiful woman, a woman in tune with nature, a woman that is aware of her worth. Things are coming crashing down around her. I don't know if this is you, but either Leo is involved with a woman of such, or this Leo woman is involved with a male that has been slow coming with a promised relationship, and that is crashing down at this time. Okay, and it shows, your love, your partnership that you have with them. Looks like you're going to have to let it go, because it looks like he possibly gave his love to someone else. Or it looks like he made a decision to be with someone else. It looks like he has more of a strong soulmate connection with another person that you did not know about. So it looks like some secrets are still coming out in 2018. And you're happy you found out, but in the end, you're not happy. Because some of you could be happy that you found the truth out. Some of you were walking in circles because you haven't found any truth, any evidence. And now that you found the evidence, you're happy about it. But then you're not happy that you know, but you're happy that you know because you got some concrete evidence. But, now you can go ahead and stick it to them. and tell him where he can go stick it, okay? And then, yeah, you're fighting back. You're no longer going to be the victim in this relationship, and he's looking like, how does she find out? How does she know? So it looks like some Leos are going to be experiencing some fights. So it looks like some things are carrying over from 2017 into your 2018. And it looks like some of you Leos are going to have to stand up. If this is you, Leo, maybe, or I'm sorry, if this is the other way around, maybe people are going to be standing up to you and telling you no and telling you where to stick it because they're realizing that you're not as who you say you are because you've been deceptive. So it looks like definite relationship endings and decisions being made. So if you've been cheating with a side lover, the universe is going to decide who you're ultimately going to be with. And they're going to release someone before you make the final decision. So some of you are living with what you've created in 2018, and some of you are stuck with your side lover. Okay? And you're trying to think, should you go back? Should you go back? Yeah. You're thinking like, some of you missed the person that you left or you were forced to leave, and some of you regret that you're in this. This is the Eight of Swords. Some of you feel like you're in prison by your own thinking and doing. Okay. Yeah, some of you feel like you shouldn't have let a woman come into your life and ruin the relationship you already had. Yeah, because she looks like she's a home wrecker. She wrecked a happy home. So some of you need to be strong. So God says you should have been wise. You should have been wise about your decisions. So, this year, try to take responsibility for your actions, Leo. Really live to Leos are pretty responsible. They're really smart people, go-getters. So it looks like some of you Leos were doing a little bit too much manipulation and it came back to haunt you. Or if this has happened to you, Leo, I'm sorry. They manipulated your heart and took you for granted. So it looks like some of you are going to stop letting people take control of your life and taking you for granted and telling people where to stick it, taking your kindness and your sweetness for granted. Enough is enough, and you're going to wise up. So I wish you the best, Leos, and I think that there is some change on the horizon. That's probably, it looks like it's been going on from 2017, and it's going to continue to go on in 2018 with closing chapters. So I wish you the best. You're going to have to gather up some strength, some intelligence, and wisdom to counteract all of these things that are happening and release yourself if possible. Okay, so I wish you the best, Leos. Peace and love.